I've had it. I've taken my final and last motor trip. This one almost killed me. Let me tell you what happened. I've never liked driving. I learned to drive when I was 17, I think it was, and even then I didn't like driving. And I've had the misfortune, so to speak, of having two husbands who have had medical conditions and they're unable or should not drive. And so I've been driving. This time it was a trip to North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which is on the East Coast on the ocean. We live on the western part of North Carolina in the mountains, so it's a trip across the state. MapQuest said it was 4 hours and 55 minutes. And that sounded reasonable to me. I can do that. And I really wanted to be on the ocean. I looked at the webcam and it looked so inviting. And so I booked a hotel on the ocean, reduced rates because it's off season, and made plans for the trip. Let me tell you exactly how I feel about it. Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, I sure hope you will. It really helps me out. And also click that little bell if you would like to be notified of future videos that I post. And I actually put them up twice a week, so I have a lot to say. That 4 hour and 55-minute trip turned into 9.5 hours. And I still am disbelieving that such a thing could happen. And I will say that I was actually driving for about 7 to 7.5 of those hours. And the other 2 hours were rest stops and lunch. I don't do well. I don't do well driving. And also, at about 3 o'clock every afternoon, I have incredible fatigue where I really usually take a nap for a few minutes. But you can't do that when you're driving 70 miles an hour. I remembered that my husband had showed me a bottle of energy drink when I first met him, and he said he used it years ago to study for his exams. And I had that in the back of my mind as something I could use when I'm driving, because when I used to drive to Florida, I used to get so exhausted that I couldn't keep my eyes open. Sometimes I would have to pull into a rest stop and just nap. And coffee didn't seem to do it. I would try Coke. Coffee, nothing kept me awake. I wish I had known about this energy drink then, because it would have really helped me. Anyway, I was prepared. So early in the trip, I stopped at one of those pilot rest stops, and I got a little, in fact, I bought 3 bottles of the energy drink. I wasn't taking any chances. And sure enough, on the way over to North Myrtle Beach at 3 o'clock, I could not keep my eyes open. It's just such a horrible feeling. It's just fighting, fighting, fighting. Have you ever had that happen? Is this just me? Or maybe it's because I'm getting older? Most likely. I think that's it. In any case, we pulled into a rest stop, and I drank, I'd say about 3/4 of the bottle. And it didn't take long for me to perk up. I was afraid to drink the whole thing. I was afraid I'd get jittery because I'm sensitive to really anything. And I was surprised to find I was not jittery. It just mildly took away the fatigue and just made me feel normal. And I was able to finish the drive. So we finally got there. We had left at, oh my goodness, 7:38 in the morning, and it was 6 o'clock when we got there. And did my troubles end? No. We found the beautiful hotel, Avista Resort, right on the ocean, And I pulled into the unloading zone, and we got a cart and put all of our stuff on the cart and took it up to the room, which is actually an apartment. I was thinking, my goodness, this is bigger than the apartment I had in Manhattan when I lived there. But, they're very nice. Then I went back down and got the car and took it over to the parking garage. Now, it's about 6 o'clock. People were coming in. People were going out. And, well, here's the thing with my car. I just recently got a new SUV. I had a Nissan Rogue for 8 years. And I recently traded it in for a brand new Nissan Rogue. What I didn't realize is that the new model is much bigger than my old model. I mean, it's much wider. I just about get it into the garage. We have basically a single garage here at the retirement community. And I'm having a lot of difficulty parking that thing. So I get into the garage and I start going around, and every time I saw a space and I maneuvered to get into it, I couldn't angle my car to get into it. Now I know it's me because there were other SUVs parked, but I just couldn't do it. I was a nervous wreck. I started getting really, you know what? I was hungry too, and when I get hungry, that's not a good combination. So now I'm stressed and hungry. And every time we got to a corner, the oncoming car and I came to a halt, and we had to decide who was going to back up, who was going to inch forward. And that's basically, especially if it was another SUV, I mean, we had to inch past each other. I didn't know what to do. I thought, I'm going to have to find a place where I can turn around and leave this garage. But I thought, where am I going to park out there? Everything is owned by the resorts. There doesn't seem to be any street parking. I didn't know what to do. And then finally, I came around a corner and I saw 2 parking spaces side by side. Oh my, I knew I could get in there. I did. I scooted right in there. This whole thing took about 40 minutes by the time I got back to the room. And I had decided that I wasn't leaving for the entire time I'm in North Myrtle Beach because I couldn't go through that stress again. I said, what am I going to do? Maybe I'll just lay on the beach for 3 days or walk to some place or use an Uber. But I was not going through that again. So got back to the room, and my husband was kind of wondering where I'd been. I was gone a really long time. And so we were so exhausted. Fortunately, there was a dining room right in the hotel. So we went there and we ordered our meal. And as I recall, it was very good. It was nice. I think I had salmon, and it was a good salmon. I needed dinner badly. So when I got back to the room, there was a message on my phone, and it said, welcome to the Avista Resort. We hope you're enjoying your time. Rate us from 0 to 5, with 5 being the best. And I gave them a 2. Well, it wasn't very long after that I got a message back saying, oh no. I mean, it actually said that. Oh no. What went wrong? What can we do to help you? And I wrote and said that the parking situation was very bad and I had had a difficult time. And shortly thereafter, it answered me and said, well, we have shuttles that you can take. And I wrote back and said, well, that's not the problem. The problem is that my large SUV won't fit into the spaces. I'm having trouble to fit it into the spaces, and going around the corners is very difficult when coming upon another vehicle. And it wrote back and said, oh, well, please see Kathy in customer service, and she'll issue you a pass for the parking lot, the open parking lot on the side of the garage where they park oversized vehicles. And I was so happy. And that's what I did. I went down and I got the pass and put it on my car, and I was able to park in that open lot for the entire trip. And so I was able to come and go as I pleased, no more stress. I was telling my friend about this after I got back. She says, I think it was AI. And I said, no, because they gave me the name of a person at the desk. And she says, no, the way it responded so quickly, and it probably picked up on key words like SUV, can't get into space. And anyway, it picked up whether it was AI or not, and it solved my problem. So I was so grateful. Now, let me show you our hotel room or suite, whatever you want to call it, and give you a tour because it was very, very nice.
Well, we have arrived in North Myrtle Beach in South Carolina at the Avista Resort and have finally gotten into our room. I brought food for breakfast and lunch, and I've already put it in the refrigerator so we don't have to go searching around for that. And the room is lovely. I mean, it's more than a room, it's a little apartment. And it's lovely, no problem with that. And we are oceanfront, so it's gorgeous. And I can't wait to walk on the beach. We entered into a long hallway with the kitchen at the left, full-size range, a small-size dishwasher, microwave, coffee maker, more appliances up in the shelves, full-size refrigerator, table that seats 4, large screen TV, a comfortable chair, a sofa, and a balcony overlooking the pool and the ocean. The sofa is also a sofa bed. There's a coffee table, more drawers in this little chest in the living room. That's a Murphy bed that pulls down for 2 more people. So you could actually have 6 people staying here in this little apartment, which is actually bigger than the one I lived in when I lived in Manhattan. The bathroom seems to be for disability because you can pull right up into the shower, and it's a very large bathroom. The towels were abundant. They kept bringing piles of towels every day, so we never ran out of them. They also provided a pickup service of the trash. And in the closet here, we had a washer and a dryer, which is really handy. The bedroom had a king-size bed, stands on either side with outlets for charging your devices in the lamps. There's a dresser there with storage, another TV, a large closet with many hangers, and also a safe on the floor, extra pillows and a blanket.
The view from our room and the balcony was oceanfront. We did go to the beach the next day. It was sunny. It was beautiful. We used our beach chairs. The second day it was cloudy, but we saw water. It was way too cold to go in. I stuck my feet in and about froze, but I did notice some kids were in the water. They were very brave, let me tell you. The third day it rained. We were not able to go to the beach, but we did some other activities. And I will be showing you that in another video where we went to various entertainment venues in the evening and various shopping areas that had interesting entertainment during the day. So stay tuned for those future videos.
It's day 2, and after all the problems I had yesterday, driving here, parking the SUV, this is what we came here for. It is heavenly. It's 78 degrees out, it's sunny, there's a beautiful breeze, and I'm sitting on the beach in front of our hotel and really enjoying it. So it was worth it after all. I almost canceled this trip. I didn't want to do the drive, but looked at the webcam on the hotel site, and I saw the water and the beach, and it wasn't crowded, and there were hardly any children, and I thought, oh, I want to be there. And so I changed my mind at the last minute. It's really nice. Whoa, that water's cold. Woo.
If you're planning a visit to North Myrtle Beach, I can recommend this hotel, except for the parking garage, but you can work on that. I thought it was lovely. The hotel room was lovely. The views were great. But when we walked around and drove around, there were many of these same type of buildings, high rises, along Ocean Boulevard, and maybe some of them are just as good or better. I don't know. I wanted a full service resort rather than just a hotel room because I wanted to have a place to eat if I was hungry, and that worked out well the first night because we had dinner there. I hope you enjoyed this video and will give me a thumbs up if you did. And I want to thank you for watching and hope you have a great day.